Lawless Department of State Services denies lawyer access to businessman arrested for allegedly supporting Ipob online. A lawyer and human rights activist, Festus Ogun, on Monday alleged the DSS denied him access to his client Emeka Richmond Ngonadi, a businessman who was arrested and detained for allegedly making comments on social media in support of the indigenous people of Biafra. Sahara reporters had reported how Emeka, who hails from Imo State, was arrested in April 2021 while traveling from Lagos to Anambra State by DSS operatives. The agency was said to have been trailing him for 2 years. It was gathered that Emeka was traveling from Lagos to Anambra to deliver baby items and goods he had bought for his pregnant wife, who had earlier called to inform him that her estimated delivery date was close. The wife eventually gave birth in June but lost the baby, allegedly due to psychological trauma over the arrest of her husband. Wow. The JSS accused him of being an Ipob member for openly expressing support for Biafra agitators and condemning security agents for the killing of innocent citizens in the eastern region of the country. In a statement obtained by Sahara reporters on Monday, Ogun said the DSS insisted the request to meet the businessman would be looked into and accordingly approved by their Director General before access can be granted. He said, "We just left the SSS headquarters in Abuja, where we were rejected from seeing Emeka Richmond Ngonadi, who was arrested in April 2021 and is currently detained by the State Security Service for allegedly making comments on social media in support of Ipob and is critically ill in detention. They said I need to write a letter before I can be allowed to see my client whose right is currently being infringed upon. We are not new to the shenanigans of the SSS. We perfectly understand the language they are currently speaking and we will surely reply in the language they understand. To be clear, there is no substantive rule or procedural policy that supports the practice of demanding a letter and DG's approval before a lawyer can meet his client. Kindly note that the DG's approval is discretionary, whereas lawyers should have unfettered access to their clients. So frustrating to practice law in a lawless country. It is so unfortunate that the SSS has become a law unto itself. This hide and seek strategy deployed by the SSS to continue violating Mr. Ngonadi's fundamental rights would only put the lawless agency in more shame and ridicule. There must be consequences for impunity. We will not relent until Mr. Ngonadi enjoys again the breath of freedom. Wow, this sounds like high cost. I mean, of course, this is very much the normal routine when you get detained by the SSS. I mean, to be honest, I think they're just trying to get scapegoats. I use that as an example. I don't think Nnamdi Kanu is enough for them. They want to go even further, and that's it. I mean, again, whatever it is, the government is obviously in the wrong. Again, clamping down on people's rights of expression. They don't have to agree with the government of the day. Like, that's why it's a democracy. The majority carries the vote. Then what do you say about the people that didn't vote for, what the majority voted for? Do you throw them away? And even if you do, you have a right to change your mind. You have a right to do what you want, as long as you're not infringing on any other person's right. And yeah, for the fact that he has been stalked for 2 years, so they must have studied this man online. And I guess this just has to do with internet safety. You just have to be careful what you say on the internet, especially when you attach your name as well as your face as well. Now look, this man has lost his child and his wife is literally stressing out, and it's just not needed. It's like, what is this? But it's the country that we live in. It's the country that forces everybody to think deeply because you have nobody but yourself. And it's not like a country where we have the world or the international community holding them accountable. It just doesn't happen like that. So of course this is very much sad. It's not ideal, but what can you say? Let's look at the comment section. Can such a report thrive in US, calling FBI a lawless agent? Have you watched a clip on how Hush Puppy was arrested in Dubai? But I'm not gonna give attention to that comment at all. Next comment here says, I think it's high time we storm the DSS office and bring it down. There is need to bring an end to this injustice. Somebody here says, this is so wrong. They call Nigerians masses, not citizens. There was a country. I think that language is yeah. Thinking about it, like, of course, okay, let me even look at the official meaning. Maybe it means the same thing, but citizens just shows a bit. The word citizen suggests or actually proves that you have benefits that comes with you associating and being an official member of a country, if that even makes sense. When it comes to masses, it's not really using a good like okay, yeah, see, a large number of people or objects crowded together, a mass of cyclists, similar large number, abundance. So again, when you say the masses, it's like this lump, not lump, but just huge sum, and just herds of people just existing, and there's no care attached to that word. There is literally no care. It's more like there isn't. I understand, yes, there has to, it's a big country. We have over 200 million people. Yes, I understand that, but that is a very key comment. We are described as masses, not citizens. So again, if you can say that you're a citizen of a country, it suggests that you have benefits that come with you being an indigent, not an indigent, but just a recognized on paperwork. You are a citizen. It reflects that you have some sort of power with you. So a legally recognized subject or national of a state or commonwealth, either native or naturalized, passport holder, an inhabitant of a particular town or city. I mean, it's a more respectable term, it's your nationality. I mean, again, when it comes to masses, the masses, it's not really used in a good light. It's used in a very mediocre light, where it's more like, these people that we have to take care of, I'm just saying, it's just the lack of respect, to be honest. And that really reflects in the way that the citizens, it reflects in the way the system treats its citizens. But what do you think? I don't forget to like and subscribe.